Hello, I'm Scott Wrighton. I serve as Decatur City Manager, and we use this weekly video that we post to our website and provide to news outlets as a way of getting information out to you and others about what's going on here in the community, and especially with Decatur City government. Although this is a topic I've covered in previous videos, based on the number of calls we're getting, I wanted to mention it again. Power rates are going up. Energy policy at the national level is unfortunately affecting power costs for both commercial, industrial, and our residential customers. For many years, the City of Decatur has had what's called a municipal aggregation program, where for residences anyway, we aggregate, meaning we pull all together everybody's bill and sort of create a cooperative of sorts for the providing of the power itself, not the delivery of it to your house, and get a better rate. And so for many years, our customers, the City of Decatur residents, Ameren customers, have received the benefit of that. But because of some of these changes in energy policy that have resulted in more unpredictable and increasing energy rates, that municipal aggregation through a third-party provider called Home Field Energy is actually more expensive right now, or rather will be after the first of the year, than Ameren. So in the interest of the lowest rates possible for Decatur residents, we have terminated, at least for now, the Home Field contract and the municipal aggregation program. And so everybody will go back to having their power, as well as the delivery of that power, provided by Ameren. Many of you as Ameren customers have been getting these frankly confusing letters in the mail from Ameren that tries to explain this in language that is hard to decipher. But the language is simply saying that you had a relationship with another power provider. You are now going to be shifted to Ameren, which is what we've been saying. Unfortunately, the language is kind of tortured, and so we've been getting a lot of calls about it. Please know that even after your power provision is returned to Ameren, we're going to continue to try to find a way through municipal aggregation to get the lowest possible rate for the customers. We continue to have those discussions with power providers as well as with our power consultant almost on a daily basis. And once that decision is made, if it's made, that we can find a lower rate than having Ameren provide the power, then we will resume that municipal aggregation program. If you have other questions about it, please feel free to call the city offices. One of the other things we're getting a lot of calls about, because we put that information out there, has to do with the program we call the Side Lot Program. The City of Decatur, through foreclosure, through tax actions, through failure to pay property taxes, through demolition and other actions by the city, is the owner of somewhere between 700 and 800 vacant lots around the city. In many cases, these are side lots, maybe next to a house in your neighborhood, that there was a house on it, or somebody didn't pay the taxes, the house was demolished, and so there sits that empty lot. If some of these empty lots can be used by the city for some public purpose, or gathered together with other lots to make a buildable parcel, then we will do that. But the vast majority of these lots are just single lots all over town, and probably the best possible use for them is to be acquired by an adjoining owner who might decide to enlarge their lot, or expand their fence, or do something else with it that's related to their residential use of the property. So we have a section on our website that you can go to, and you can see where some of these lots are. We are doing this project in partnership with the Central Illinois Land Bank. And so if you have any questions about that and would like to acquire one of those parcels, then you can also call us about that. For many years, it was hard to do this because the city's policy and its ordinances required that you get a survey and go through a lot of other legal steps that we have eliminated. The City Council has made significant changes in the ordinances to make it much simpler, much easier for you to fence it, acquire it without a survey, especially in regular lot and block subdivisions. So if you thought, well, this is too complicated, then we ask you to take another look at maybe acquiring that side lot if you're in one of those neighborhoods that has a side lot or it's next to your property. Those of you who live on the east side of the city, east of the lake, may know that we are have just started construction on a new fire station number 7. It's near the corner of US 36 and 36th Street, kind of confusing, 36 and 36, But there and at Chestnut Street, we've acquired 2 properties and demolished 2 houses there. That's a controlled light intersection there on the east side. And we are going to be building that through most of 2022. We hope to finish the project in the latter part of 2022. Once that station opens, it will replace a station that is more than 50 years old that sits at the Decatur Airport. That new station number 7, will look almost exactly like the brand new station number 3 that we just had an open house for over on Fairview Street on the west side of the city. In fact, the city saved a considerable sum of money in architectural and design services by using essentially the same design both for stations 3, 5, and now 7. This will make it much easier for our fire department to move some of the large apparatus around as it needs to respond to the different fire suppression and hazard response needs of the city of Decatur. Finally, at its last meeting, the City Council also approved a more than $250 million budget for calendar year 2022, beginning January 1st. This is a large budget and reflects some major initiatives that the city will have with regard to rehabilitation, with regard to condemnation and removal of structures, with regard to assistance to the less fortunate, with regard to water and sewer and street improvements. There's a significant amount of money there for the continuing service delivery of the city of Decatur. But there's 2 things I wanted to point out specifically about it. The first is that while a portion of our revenue comes from property tax, it seems to be like it's one of the taxes that people sort of focus in on the most, in part, and rightly so, because property taxes in Illinois in general are too high. And so even though the city of Decatur is only about 15% of your total tax levy, about half the tax levy goes to the school district, we're still sensitive to the fact that people have adverse reactions sometimes when you get that annual tax bill. So after the first of the year, in January, we will have attached to our website more information about exactly how the property tax is distributed to the different taxing bodies around Decatur, and how here with the city of Decatur we'll be making use of those tax dollars. In the city's budget, the property tax proceeds pretty much go to just 5 things. It goes to pay the fire pension fund, the police pension fund, some of our bonded debt, the Decatur Public Library, and a small portion that goes to the Decatur Municipal Band. But I think a pie chart and some explanatory information would be pretty important, especially later in 2022 when everybody gets their tax bills. The other thing that the mayor and city council are keen to want to explain and report to our citizens is how we use our ARP money, the American Relief Program, that is the current federal government's relief program related to COVID. And a significant amount is going to our rehabilitation and neighborhood revitalization program, a lot to water and sewer, a lot to new equipment in the police department to enhance law enforcement. But the council thought it was really important that we also, after the first of the year, have a section on our website, probably some published materials, so that they can report back to you, the citizens, about how we've used this very important resource. So look for those on our website after the first of the year. I look forward to talking to you again next week with some more information from your city of Decatur.